Try now.
Oh. Here you go.
One.
Well, welcome everyone to this 2023 edition of the Great Coláiste Mhuire Bagel. I think the first thing we're going to do is meet the contestants and who's cooking for us and what they're cooking. So currently we'll go and speak with these people here first. We have Gary and Miss Hurricane. Miss Hurricane has the reputation not to know the difference between a green bean and a vanilla pod, but she's attempting her best at dessert here. Miss, what are you cooking for us today?
We're cooking the classic apple crumble by Jamie Oliver. We're following that recipe, yeah.
And what will you put on your apple crumble? A bit of custard, a bit of cream?
We're actually going to make our own custard from scratch.
Yeah, homemade custard.
Yeah.
That's a challenge. Gary, tell me a little bit about your cooking experience now. You seem quite at ease with a knife. For home ec. Just a bit for home ec. That's all you need. Home ec is all you need. Miss Hurricane, family dinners. No secret that turns out in a few minutes anyway. Let's go over here and speak with these gentlemen there.
Hello, Mr. Design.
How are you today? How are you doing with your peppers?
My peppers, this is unusual territory for me now. I'm more comfortable with a piece of wood than a pepper, but we're getting there.
You seem to be making good progress. Rian, you are the chicken. So what are we making today?
Chicken curry and rice.
Chicken curry and rice from scratch. Yeah. Same question I asked Gary. Is that something that you used to make at home, or are you more just the good home ec student?
Home ec.
And you think you have the skills to win?
Good, yeah.
I think you picked the right partner.
Yeah.
Look at the speed at which this man is working. It's impressive. That pepper
Still
never
all
stood
my
it.
fingers.
Years of experience right there. Okay, let's go and meet the third team. Now, the legend, man himself, Mr. Coyle. What are we making here, Mr. Coyle?
We're making some veg soup.
Veg soup. And will the soup come with bread? I hear. The rumor you're making bread.
Yeah,
too.
that's soda bread is right now.
A bit of soda bread. How would you like that as a challenge? You feeling confident?
Well, look, I'm a bit nervous. I'm a bit nervous, but I'm a good partner.
Your partner will be holding you for.
Great partner.
Have you made soup and bread before? You made soup and bread. You don't make like that. A bit worried about it. Look, we'll give it the best shot we can, I'm sure, with Mr. Coyle.
Yes.
I am looking forward to tasting it. Now let's go and speak with Miss here for a minute. Miss, tell us what you think the challenges are for the teams there in terms of the different dishes that you pick for them.
So there's a bit of challenge in each of them. The vegetable soup, we added brown bread for a bit more challenge. Chicken curry, fried rice if they're feeling confident, but they can just do normal boiled rice if they want. And then the custard with the apple crumble. So very difficult to get custard rice, so we'll be keeping an eye on it.
Okay, and how long have they got to complete the dishes now?
So we'll be hoping that by 11:45, so about an hour and 5 minutes to get all done, which they're flying it at the moment. Their prep is well underway, and so I have no doubt that an hour will be loads of time.
An hour with loads of time.
Yeah.
That's perfect. We will let them work away for a few minutes. If we just go and have a look at what they are doing. fingers are intact. They are doing a great job.
No?
There, no, to the left, to the left.
Yeah, I think so. I might try it in a sec, so that's it.
As a reminder, we can tell everyone as well that these three teams are vying for not only a crown, an unofficial crown of winner today, but also for a prize which will be provided by David Smith himself. And I'm assuming he's coming in himself, I think, to judge the dishes. So the progress is good. The garlic is being chopped thinly, very thinly.
No, 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 absolutely not.
Oh, no, I just wanted to help now. I can see when you have a good vanilla in there. You tell me what to do and not to do.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant.
Where's the aubergine? Is there no aubergine on that? You happy with your partner's work so far? Well, he's a hard-working man. Chop, he's Okay, so we have a divergence in the approach of the garlic there. We've got some chopping and some pressing. Is there a reason why you wanted to do it one way or the other? We're just improvising here. I think we're improvising.
Look at how organised they are. All their ingredients, little different bowls, nice and neat, no mess.
Would
I like to see.
Would you expect any less of this organization? Order.
Very good, very good.
Excellent. These people are working very fast, aren't they?
They are
Very,
extremely
very
fast.
fast.
No harm. That's the last time for the chopping of both the garlic there as well.
I know. I'm overpressed on myself, but I won't cast the first stone. So are we still in the prep here, or are we done with the prep?
Nearly finished
What's the first item on your list of actions after the prepping? What would be the first
We
one?
actually have add some sugar and some grating of the lemon zest. The lemon's there.
Yeah, the sugar to the apples, is that what you need next?
Yeah, but I'll put on the heat actually. I'm going to put on the heat because we put on the sugar which is already pre-done. And yeah.
Who would you say is the natural leader in your team? Who's going to follow who? Or is it a case of
Well, I
blind
haven't done home economics first year, so I'm going to go with Gary.
Gary can be in charge. It's a man I would trust. Excellent work. I'd like me to turn the heat on for you that were there.
Okay, guys. That's what I'm going to do.
I did.
the apples are second, and I need to leave, I need to cool it. Okay. And once you've got that finished, will I add in sugar then?
You can see how they're studying the recipe. There is really no room for error here.
No chicken away, I think. No sugar in this. After all those calories we burnt yesterday, we're still down.
Oh, yeah, no.
We're good.
You climbed the mountain yesterday, you had a bit of sugar today.
Yeah, sure.
Now I can see smoke over there with our cooking
Sorry.
already.
So there, what do you think then? How will we do this? Right, put the apple, maybe this. Yeah.
There are tears. There might be tears, we know it's the onions, so that's the first point from your recipe. Frying up the onion. And the garlic.
You use the skin, don't you?
Really, the roll here. The onions are going to get golden soon enough. What are you up to now? Okay, so you have all your prep work already complete. Would you list for some of the vegetables which are going in your soup? A bit of garlic as well. Let that fry very nicely. Three kitchen here, three busy kitchen. So the onions are now going into the salsa. The chicken is next. Are you using any particular type of oil? Olive oil?
This was the closest oil
You could find?
I could find.
It is oil, definitely. It appears things have gotten serious here. I do have a microphone, which means that unfortunately for now people will have to hear me and listen. So we are now on the frying of the chicken with this team here, with Mr. McLaughlin in charge of that. The onions are in a saucepan. What's your next point then on the method, on the recipe?
Leave it for around 5 minutes and then we pour the boiling water into a measured
Here. There is a microphone. Okay. What has been completed so far?
Well, we've actually just going to show you this now. We've done the zest of the lemon.
Okay.
See that I didn't know this, but like when you're doing the zest of a lemon, you're not allowed to go past the white part. So apparently anything past that is bitter.
Very bitter.
So maybe we're making lemon drizzle cake or something like that. It's just something I didn't know.
Okay, so you're learning things today, so it's good.
Absolutely.
It's good.
Harrington is a really good teacher too. She's explaining.
And so Gary, now what's Gary at? Gary, come tell us what you're at. Softening the apples. All right, softening the apples. 5 minutes. And you have sugar in that with the apples so that it all cooks together. And the lemon zest that Miss was talking about. Brilliant stuff. You can see the progress is rapid. We're flying through recipes here. It's downright impressive what's going on in the kitchen. Let's go and check on Mr. Coyle and the progress that they are making with their soup and brown bread. So we're still at the soup anyway. I can see that the vegetables are there cooking away in the saucepan. We are making sure that that's not burning by using the wooden spoon. Expert technique right there. What is your next step there for Mr. Coyle? What are
Some stock to add to the veg. So some boiled water for this 1.2 litres, 1.2.
Okay. Over a liter of water with a stock cube to make the stock. And there goes the water. Now, mixing the stock with the water, with the spoon. And is that going to go on top of the vegetable therefore, sir? Yeah, okay. Okay, okay. Look at the concentration here. Mr. McLaughlin studying his recipe. Nobody wants to make a mistake today. The stakes are too high. Too high. Miss Harrington, what do you think at this stage? Have you
Everything is going very well. They're all reading.
the key? Okay.
And no, they're very, very good now. I wouldn't mind any of these teachers in my home economics classroom. Might give me a run for my
Isn't that a great compliment? We are welcome in the home ec room. Aren't you delighted, sir? You'll be back. You
Mr.
will be.
McLaughlin is used to the fresh.
Practical classes are nothing to him, clearly.
Taking it in stride. That's a tablespoon, yeah.
Okay, checking the measures, always an important part of what we're doing here. So what spice are you using here, sir? It's lucky I asked. It's lucky I asked.
You can put it into that bowl, I'll get you another.
Okay, so you were looking for your curry. Okay. Turmeric, yeah. So we have the right measure anyway, so we're not doing too bad. Two tablespoons of curry powder coming right up. Spices ready. Back to the recipe.
things are happening behind me. Oh, we're making the crumble here, the crumbling part of the apple crumble. So what have you in there, Gary? Now tell us all.
I think I have flour and butter, yeah.
Flour and butter. Mixing it with the tip of your fingers to keep the crumbles. Excellent stuff. Over there with Miss Hurricane checking on her apples. Are they soft, Miss?
They're not totally soft because I just tasted one there and there's like a bit of a bite in it.
Okay.
A bit of hard.
The oven, yeah. So you're getting expert advice from the home ec teacher as you're going along.
So it's great. So I'm just taking off the meat and putting the lid on it and just going to let it cool for a few minutes.
Okay.
Till this is ready here.
Okay.
More techniques what he's doing there now.
So the technique. What's the technical side of things there? It's not looking too bad to me anyway. You can only do your best. How does that look to you, Miss Harrington?
So I was just saying to Gary there that he needs to stop now because the butter is starting to melt.
And therefore everything sticks together? Yeah, okay.
So stop, it's fine, we can break it up when it's on top of the crumble. Yeah.
Okie dokie, so all is fine. You've heard it from the home ec teacher herself. So that must be true. Here, the spices are ready to go. The peppers are frying over there. Let's have a look at this. Okay, 2 or 3 minutes. You're happy with your chicken and your onions? Okay, perfect. Is there a reason why the peppers are done separately from the onions? Or is it just the way the recipe was?
So it says.
So, yeah, that's what you do. Discipline in the kitchen. Okay, brown chicken. Peppers frying. Let's check on the progress of our soup here. So, Mr. Coyle, we've moved from the soup now to the second part of your brief, which is that you're making
Some sort of bread.
So walk us through what you have in front of you there.
We have some plain flour.
Plain flour.
And with some whole wheat flour.
Oatmeal flour. Mm-hmm.
And a little bit pinch of salt we're going to add to it. We need some honey and a bit of buttermilk.
Buttermilk. And are you have you read the recipe ahead and are doing it from memory, or are you going point by point from the recipe?
We won't point to the recipe. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple. We'll let you work away at that because I can sense the pressure, Mr. Coyle.
Pressure, yeah. Pressure.
Would you be used to work?
I have a good companion here.
Oh, I can sense he's the cool customer here. It's you I'm worried about, sir.
Yes, I have a good companion here.
Would I be right in saying that you might not spend a great deal of time in the kitchen every day?
Well, you said it.
But you're not questioning it.
Yeah.
It's a fair statement.
No comment.
No comment is the right answer there. The pressure is strong. I'm worried about Mr. Coyle. We're doing the dishes as we go along, of course. Particularly anything that has had raw meat on it needs to be cleaned thoroughly. Most definitely. Let's check them apples. The apples are going into the dish.
Yeah, that's well, isn't it?
Are we leaving the juice in the pan, or is the juice going in?
Well, we're just going to add a little bit of juice, not that much, otherwise apparently it makes the crumble too soft.
Too soggy.
Yeah.
You want a bit of crunch on top and softness under, but not sogginess. Isn't that right, miss?
But I think we are definitely adding some of that juice, Gary. Am I right in saying that?
For flavour.
Yeah. But they came out well, the apples.
Are you worried about that custard, miss? I can sense a bit of anxiety about the custard.
Realise it has to be made from scratch.
Miss would be more used to the tub of custards now, to be honest.
You have the option of adding.
I'm being handed here a sheet from the viewers. Oh no, I have to ask those people those questions. Those questions are important questions. We'll start with Mr. McLaughlin here. Mr. McLaughlin, Let's imagine that you are wanting to cook a romantic dinner for your wife. What would be your go-to meal?
Chicken curry.
Chicken curry. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Gary Brannigan. The crowd is desperate to find out what your favorite takeaway would be. What's your go-to takeaway Saturday night?
Mr. Chef.
Mr. Chef.
Yeah. Mr. Chef.
Where's that?
It's like across the road from the credit union, kind of.
And so what would you get out of there?
Like a pizza or kebab.
Pizza or kebab. Classics. Classics. We can't go wrong with any of that.
We are just, this group here are utilising our breakfast facilities this week.
Okay.
So we had some porridge and some granola from breakfast. So now they're going to add it into their crumble.
We're going a little bit away from the recipe, but adding some
Exactly.
crunch to the prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crunch, a bit more flavour, and we're using what we have.
Wow. Would you say that improvising is part of what's happening in the kitchen on a regular basis?
Yes, you have to be able to improvise because if something's going wrong, you need to be able to adapt quickly in order to change and fix it. Like with this kind of crumble, you can add in different flavours into it to give it a bit more crunch, give it a bit more flavour.
So nuts, things like that would be a welcoming addition
Yeah.
to...
And you're adding nutrients.
There you go. Very good.
win-win.
Great tips here. Great tips. I'm slowing down. Apparently I'm moving too fast, which is not something I hear very often. Okay, Mr. Coyle, I believe he's about to break an egg. This could go either way now. Oh, he made it. Expert cracking. Expert cracking. It's a game at lunchtime. Are you going to leave that a surprise?
We won't start yet at the moment.
Okay. I believe they have to be worried. You know he brings toughness to the pitch, but he might make an appearance. Now it's hard to move around the place because the boys are so busy. Now I can see what I believe to be some yogurt has gone. Oh no, of course not. Coconut milk for the curry sauce. So coconut milk now being added on to the peppers, onions, garlic, and the chicken, which is likely looking thoroughly cooked. Surely, Rian, you must be near the end now of your recipe, from what I can see. You still have the rice to go through, okay. Did you encounter any issues then with the first part of your recipe, or everything went okay? Now tell us, Rian, what did you cook for your first home ec practical this year?
I made chocolate chip cookies.
Because we are getting to the second part of the recipe. So Mr. Coyle here has now moved on to making his brown bread. Whilst on the other side here, we have pretty much completed the chicken curry and are moving on to the fried rice that will accompany the dish. Miss Hurricane over there is, yes, that's right. They moved on to the custard, which I know for a fact she is very, very worried about. To give you a bit of, I don't think Miss knows exactly what to do with the vanilla pod, so she will need help and advice to be able to complete this custard. Robert, I believe you have a question from me.
Yeah, so we got a question in there from Mr. Kelly, and he asked spuds or baguette.
There's only one way to answer this question. The answer is both. I feel like the dual side of my culture at this point. You know, I have to have a bit of both. You know, chips sandwich on the other. You can't go wrong with any of that. And Mr. Kelly knows that. He's just being facetious here, I think. You know. Now, will we go and speak with Miss Hurricane for a minute? See how that custard is coming along. Miss Hurricane is to put the crumble in the
Put it
oven?
In the oven, yeah. So just to see, we had it preheated from earlier, so 25 to 30 minutes. Okay, middle light in the oven, yeah? In the middle? Yeah, middle to top, yeah.
Okay, Gary, expertly cracking eggs there. Take your time, guys. You'll get there. Harder than it looks, boys. Harder than it looks. And Miss Hurricane, in terms of stress, how does that compare to yesterday? Because maybe some of the boys are unaware, but you climbed a mountain yesterday, and I get a feeling that you're doing more sweating today.
Makes my legs move a bit better.
Sore legs today. Mr. Kelly keeps on insisting about this baguette versus potatoes. Huh? Well, I'll have to. I'll have to take the baguette now. I'm a bread man. You know, I feel like still separating egg whites and egg yolks. How many eggs are you doing, Gary? Just the 3. Okay. Miss Hurricane relying heavily on Gary for the heavy lifting in that.
€1 in Tesco.
Okay.
And to buy, and then obviously you can use it for loads.
You might explain that story.
Yeah, no, we were meant to use a vanilla pod, but Miss Harrington was saying that this is like maybe the to buy.
So we're looking at a little bottle of vanilla extract, which will be more, which will be cheaper to buy and will last you longer. Is that
much
what they're
longer,
saying?
because apparently the vanilla pod you can use for one recipe, and actually the pod costs €8.
Okay. And would you notice the tasting difference between the vanilla pod and the vanilla extract?
Not a huge amount for the cost of it. Doesn't outweigh in the likes of this recipe. Plenty of sugar to overpower.
And of course, keeping a good budget is a key skill too in the kitchen. It's not all about the cooking, the budgeting as well. Okay, we're being told that the curry is nearly cooked and looking lovely, so let's go. It's too early for the sampling, but at least we can look. Salt goes in. I can feel my cameraman salivating behind me. What do you think of that, Robert?
It looks very good.
It does look very good. Yeah, I like when the peppers are chunky in my curry. A bit of crunch. Al dente, probably more of a pasta term, but Mr. McLaughlin showing up the skills from the Italian dente, which means teeth, because it crunches under the teeth. So Rian is now chopping some spring onion. And what else will go in that fried rice then? What have you got? So this step by step. Nobody seems to be willing to go further than a step ahead of themselves, which is, I suppose, the recipe for success. Miss Acton is here with us as well. Miss Acton, come and speak to us for a minute. Oh, she's running down the corridor. No, come on. The boys want to hear from you. Now, you haven't been asked to cook this year.
No, absolutely not.
Neither have I. Now, they know we have superior skills, so it might not be fair to anybody else.
Wouldn't
but
be fair.
No, which one of these dishes would you have been the most comfortable actually putting together, do you reckon?
Oh, sorry. See, to be honest with you, dessert is where my heart lies. So
Okay,
I
the
think
baking.
the baking would have been my forte. But really, my forte is tech, so that's why I'm behind the camera, making sure everything is running smoothly.
Now, I'd say you would make a great candidate for next year Bake Off. We'll keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Okay, so tell us here what it is you're doing. So you're crumbling a bit of porridge on top of your 3 tins, which are the brown bread, before it gets cooked. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so that'll go into the oven at what temperature? 200 degrees for how long?
Maybe, I don't know, they'll take a while to cook, so I'd say maybe 20
About 20,
minutes,
10, 20 minutes. Okay. So you are making 3 portions of it to go with your soup. So there might actually be a bit of hope that I get to sample some of it. Robert will try to share it together. So we're getting ready here to fry the spring onions. Some dishes. 11:15, which means that my 6th-year students will be waiting for me. Somebody will have to take over from me because education doesn't wait. The exams is what we're getting ready for. Even though these boys here and Miss Hurricane do not have to worry about that. Now they are only worried about getting expert advice and finalizing their recipe. Gary, have you gone through everything now? What's happening? So you've whisked your eggs?
Yeah, eggs, corn flour, and sugar.
Okay, okay, so that's, and is that getting us near the end of your custard making?
Yeah, so then we just need to put in the extract and the milk and then mix it together. And
Okay.
then just let it cook on a low heat for 5 minutes.
5 minutes and it should
So
thicken.
Yeah.
The one doing it, I wouldn't trust that Miss Hurricane with anything. Now, Robert, I am gonna have to hand you the mic over because
We have to find a new host.
we'll have to find a new host now. I have been delighted to be here. I can tell you here that everybody is working pretty hard on completing these dishes. And if you had the impression that it was looking easy from a distance, I can tell you it's not. But both teachers and students are in the final stages, I would say, of their recipes. And the smell in here is wonderful. Everybody's been doing so well. The recipes, there's been no issues and no trouble with it. Miss Harrington's provided expert guidance. I'm gonna go and teach my 6th-year students, but I will definitely come back at lunchtime for some sampling. Robert, are you comfortable if I hand you the mic over? Okay, okay. I'll let you do that then.
Are you ready? Right, sir. Tell me what you're doing because I'm just here.
Just here. Okay, right. We have it myself.
How are we?
We made some veg soup.
Looks beautiful already.
Have to just blend it yet. Wait to
Yeah.
blend it a few minutes. And we have some soda bread here. Give you a quick peek. Just a quick peek. Just like quick peek. Just let it.
That looks gorgeous.
Quick peek.
That looks really good.
That's what we're ready
I
for
have
now.
to
And
s-
we'll be serving here about 5-10 minutes.
100%. That looks perfect. Thank you very much, sir. I have to say that looks pretty good. Not gonna lie. So, sure, we'll go over to Mr. McLaughlin and we'll see what he's doing. Mr. McLaughlin, how are we? What are we making over here?
Chicken curry.
Chicken curry. Jeez, I love a good chicken curry.
So do I.
Woo!
Chicken curry. Oh.
That does not look bad at all.
Is preparing our fried rice, boiling the rice here at the moment. for
Gorgeous.
the morning. And we're going to add peas and
Gentlemen, fair play to you. It looks gorgeous. And I say, I'm not going to say anything, but it looks better than Mr. Coyle so far. But you didn't hear that from me. So, let's go. Right. I have to say, that actually looked really good. That was a really good chicken curry, I'm not going to lie.
Very quickly. So
You know a lot more than me now. I wouldn't know anything about this.
I'm just saying, like, usually if I was making mustard and I went to like to buy it, like your ingredients.
That's the same as Mr. Mhuire.
But it looks not too bad, Gary. I think Gary coming on okay.
Fair play to you. And what's the main thing that you're making?
Yeah, in the oven there, and it's coming on well, actually.
Ah.
It's actually doing quite well.
It looks fairly good to you. It's fair play. Jeez.
Yeah.
That doesn't look bad at all. Fair play to you. Sure, I'll check in, which is in about a couple minutes to see how you're going. So far, I think all three of them look fairly strong. I have to say, I think the chicken curry is my favourite so far, but you didn't hear that from me. Sure, we'll just we'll wait until they've finished up a bit more. Fried rice looks like it's coming along fairly well over there. Right. So we're going to just start putting a bit of pressure on them by asking them the most outrageous and stupid questions I can think of off the spot. So we'll start with Mr. Coyle over here. Mr. Coyle, if you were to say, what would you rather drink, Barry's or Lions tea?
I'm a Lions tea man.
He's a Lions tea man.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Me personally, I'm a Barry's tea, but hey, we can't all be the same. And with your partner over here, would you rather Barry's or Lions tea? Lions. Okay. Right. So you're both Lions. That's fair enough. I won't judge. You know, fair play to you. I'm gonna try to think of more questions, but I think I'm gonna stick with that question because I have to say I think Mr. McLaughlin looks like a Barry's tea kind of guy. Hopefully, but we'll see. Mr. McLaughlin, I have a very good question for you. Are you a Barry's or Lions tea type of man? Barry's. Knew it. Thank you very much. Same with your partner. Are you a Barry's or Lions type of tea? You don't drink tea. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. I don't mind. Hey, I'm a Barry's tea man myself. We'll go over to Miss Harkin. I'm gonna say coffee. I don't think she.
Prediction for Miss Harkin? What's she going to say?
I think she's gonna say easy to go coffee. I don't think she's gonna drink any tea, but she could surprise me. It could be tea. Miss,
Yes.
would you rather Barry's or Lions tea or coffee?
Definitely coffee, but could have a cup of tea sometimes.
Knew it.
Sugar.
Knew it.
Anything goes.
Barry's or Lions?
I think lines don't have it all.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Now, me personally, same with Robert. I think we both rather the old Barry's, but you know, each to their own. Mr. Gary, same as yourself. Would you rather the old Barry's or Lions? Barry's or Lions tea?
I don't really know. It doesn't really bother me either.
That's that type of answer I like. That is the type of answer I like. That's a simple man. Of course. Yeah, so we'll go over to Miss Harrington and we'll see what she thinks so far of all the competition. Right. So far I think it all looks fairly good. I don't know what my favorite is so far, because seeing as I'm only here, but. Are you ready? Right. Ms. Harrington, we have a little question for you. So far, how do we think it's all going?
It's going much better than I thought it was going to go. They're fantastic. Soup is ready for blitzing. Brown bread is nearly done. Chicken curry looks spot on.
It does.
Rice is being cooked, and they're doing the fried rice. So the vegetables and the egg ready to go once the rice is cooked. Custard is nearly finished, and crumble is nearly finished.
So we're flying.
And they're only actually cooking for 5 minutes.
That's a lot better than what I'd be doing anyways.
They're doing really, really well.
Perfect. Right, we'll get back to you in about a couple of minutes and we'll see how we're still going. Now we're going to ask them another stupid question. We're going to say, what did they have for breakfast in the morning? Now, it could be really anything, but sure. That's Wi-Fi. Right. Right, so we're going to continue. We're going to ask some more very stupid questions to their brown. So we can see the brown bread is out and it looks pretty good. Let's get a close-up shot of this. God damn, that looks beautiful. That looks gorgeous. Sir, fair play to you. And Cameron, fair play to you. I have a quick question for you before we continue. What would you have for breakfast in the morning?
I'm a porridge man.
You're a porridge man?
Yeah.
Jeez, I love it. Love it. Cameron?
Toast and tea.
Love it. Love it. Lions tea though, so at the end of the day it's really just lines. So, but toast and tea, love it. Porridge, guys, thank you very much. We'll be back and we'll check how the soup's coming. Right. So this is the chicken curry over here. You know, I have to say there hasn't been much progress since we last left, but you didn't hear that from me. Gentlemen, I have another very on-the-spot question for you. What would you have for breakfast in the morning, Mr. McLaughlin?
Porridge.
Porridge, same as Mr. Coyle.
Yeah.
All porridge, man. Oh, that sounds fairly good. Fair play to you. And yourself?
Brown bread.
Brown bread. Jesus, boys. Fairly healthy breakfast. Me personally, I have Cocoa Pops in the morning, but that's just me. It looks fairly good, guys. Well, you know, I'm more of a Cocoa Pop man myself, but they obviously rather the healthy option, but they could just be trying to look good for the camera, but I think everyone has Cocoa Pops in the morning, I'm not gonna lie. But we'll ask the question over here. They might say the healthy option as well, but who knows? We'll see. I have another on-the-spot question for you guys. What would be your favourite breakfast in the morning to have? Miss Harkin.
I know Gary's. It's definitely a can of Monster. Definitely, and a bag of squashies or something.
Love it.
I mean,
Love it.
am I right?
Everyone else is giving us healthy options. I said
No.
I have Cocoa Pops in the morning, but that's just me.
No, I like a bowl of cereal, maybe coffee.
There you go. I think that was the first honest one. Everyone else said porridge and muesli and all that.
Yeah,
but
no, it's kind
no.
of
Simple. It just has to be quick. Guys, it looks gorgeous so far. We'll be back to you. Thank you very much. So far, Mr. Coyle has his brown bread out of thing. It looks fairly good. I think they're about to blend up the soup over there now, which is, finally flying. They're still doing their rice. I think they're just cutting the rice now. We'll go over there and we'll just see them cutting the rice. And they're blending the soup. Let's go over here and see the soup blending.
I'm not taking it.
No. A strong competition.
It is strong competition. Like it is very talented people, skills at a high level. And look, the dessert looks delicious. The soup and the bread, look at the bread. The bread good. As I said, the fried bread looks really good. I have to say though that fried rice and chicken curry now, that might be my favorite because presentation is near perfect. They work so well together. I'd say they might be the winners. You have to wait for.
That's it. It all comes down to the taste.
Yeah, it's cooking. Yeah. If it looks good but it doesn't taste.
That's
good.
true. And you're French, so you know. You know it all.
Maybe a bit stereotypical, but
You know, I'm not gonna lie, that's what 200% porridge.
it's a classic.
I think you're all messing. I have a bowl of just me that eats a milk in the morning.
Come up in the morning, unless it's the weekend.
That's fair enough.
And
Right, I
you
was-
know, you better treat your body better.
And we know from Mr. Vidal's French classes that he's a big advocate for healthy food. So I don't think he's lying on this one. Whereas
For everybody else, and then probably not practicing for myself that much.
No. I'm sure we all need to have a good share.
At the week. Porridge during the week, get the energy in.
So if you're living a good life every day, that's the way you have to do it.
I hope the teachers will agree.
I agree. I completely agree. So I think that's all the questions for now, but
Should we have a look at what's being painted at this point?
we're nearly ready. We're nearly ready.
Well, we're back in the kitchen where they finally completed their dishes. They have done an incredible job. I am so impressed, I must say. But it doesn't really matter how I feel about it. It's all about what our friend David Smith, David, welcome to CBS. You have the enviable task to try those dishes and pick out a winner today. I can feel the stress here in the competitors. So please go ahead, have a look, see what you think, and you'll be telling us what your impressions are as you go along, maybe.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose the initial impression is that you probably got to find fault with the presentation of each dish is there's nothing in it. You know, like the soup looks good. There's cream on the top. There's parsley. There's a class looking mini loaf of brown bread.
It's a great looking.
And the centre is cooked. That be a test. But anyway, we'll find out in a minute. The next has perfectly cooked or presented rice and I'm not sure, Thai chili, kind of a red curry or whatever. It looks class anyway and smells class, and well presented, and an apple crumble, really well presented. Custard on the side or creme anglaise or some variation or whatever, and again, you couldn't find fault with the appearance.
So you're saying to us you have to taste it, right?
I have to taste it.
Yeah, oh, you're so unlucky.
There's not you know, you couldn't pick a winner based on that anyway, so I don't know how I'd pick a winner, maybe taste or whatever, but
presentation is looking good, yeah.
Presentation is, yeah.
Well, why don't you tuck in and we'll give you a bit of room to taste. So we are checking the bread first. It's looking great.
Yep.
Yeah, it's very well cooked throughout, it seems.
Can't find the can. It's perfectly cooked. Perfectly full of flavours, not too salty.
Okay.
It's gorgeous bread. Again, the soup is probably it's seasoned. It's cream on the top or whatever. No, you can't. That's exactly what it is. Just a good hearty vegetable soup, not overly blended.
Mr. Coyle looking very happy behind us over there, very satisfied. Great work, the two of you.
But yeah, no, the bread is like that's hard done.
Okay, let's move on to the curry. So, a sip of water to wash away the flavors. The fried rice, which I think was the part we were slightly worried about, but came out really well, I think.
Good as, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think everybody can, put in just 100% in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. Again, it's lovely. Yeah.
Good work. So,
Yeah.
is it strong?
No, it's mild, but I mean, it'll be popular. You know, if it's too strong, you're not going to taste the chicken. You can taste the chicken. You can taste.
Yeah, the various ingredients in it. Yeah. Oh no, that's perfect. So, and then on to the dessert.
Just for a taste of separate.
Oh, they come together.
I just don't want to put a dirty spoon into that, so let's finish it afterwards.
I like where you're going with this.
Ah, well, yeah.
Texture is right, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'd be very happy with. I'd be very happy if I was given that. In
Oh,
any
the
restaurant.
relief on Miss Hurricane's face. Great.
It's like the apples are sugar, you know, the apples are sweet or whatever. Sometimes you can get a crumble and it'll look amazing, and then the apples will be too sharp or whatever. But that's, you couldn't.
No trouble here.
Yeah, no, that's.
Well, it looks like you have a tough decision on your hands there.
Unbelievably tough.
Oh, you could cut the tension with a knife here. Drum roll.
Purely on the complexity for the brown bread, I think it's the soup. And I like plain, so
excellent.
The crumble is crumble, and custard is relatively straightforward. And I'm not, whereas, and the rice, albeit it had to be fried and it was lovely, but it's slightly simple. The hardest thing in the world to do is get brown bread rice. It's class, like, you know, the soup. The soup would be similar to, everything was very, very similar and excellent quality, but the brown bread, I think, is what steals the.
Well done. We'll go and speak to them, won't we? Now here are our winners for this year's Bake Off. Look at that. How do you feel?
Happy.
I think you did most of the heavy lifting yourself anyway. You were the hardest working man there. So you should be certainly quite proud of yourself. High praise on your bread. Did you feel like the bread was difficult to make?
It was difficult in a way, but we managed in the end.
You managed all right. Yeah. Mr. Coyle.
Very pleased, very pleased. I have an absolutely brilliant companion here and great help with me throughout this process. Very pleased. First time I doing it, but I had great help from Cameron.
Okay, great teamwork from the both of them rather. Now, if you want to go towards your dish there, and you will receive your prize.
Your prize is a voucher for the Row House, which is opening next week, and vouchers for the canteen.
Excellent. Well done, everybody. Brilliant work. Commiserations to the other two teams, but like David was saying, it was certainly a difficult decision. Great teamwork from everybody, and they're all getting canteen vouchers as well. But overall, a great day of cooking here in the kitchen. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it, but I think it's time to log off and start eating it. And so we'll see you next year, I hope, for sure, for more culinary adventures. But in the meantime, that's me looking at that curry. So we'll let you go now. Thank you.